Hi everyone. Today I want to show you a mini book that I've made with the Graphic 45 Little Darlings paper line. I've had this paper line probably since February or March, but I'm only now getting to where I'm starting to make some books with it. I love this paper line. When I saw this, I knew that I had to have it right away. So this is a baby girl book that I've designed first with it. And what I've done is, and I apologize if I get the book out of the camera range, I'm really having a hard time getting this to stay in focus or in the camera for me. And I've noticed in some of my other videos that I've been out of the screenshot. For this, what I did is I used Claudine Helmuth's sticky back canvas, and what I did is I used her Painterly Pink, and I believe it is blank canvas, and I mixed those two together and I painted it onto the canvas before I put it onto my chipboard covers, so that it would, I didn't have well, I guess I had some other pink acrylic paint, but I wanted to use that on there, and I didn't want to leave it the natural color that it was. So I've used chipboard covers, and I've used chipboard pages throughout the whole book. There's a lot of tags and pockets in here for plenty of pictures. On here you can see that I used a D-ring, Tim Holtz D-ring, tied ribbon, and then I used one of the chipboard pieces from the collection, and on the back I put some of the patterned paper just for a little charm that's hanging with some dotted ribbon here. And this right here is seam binding that I used. And I believe that I bought this from Really Reasonable Ribbon. I love their ribbon. And this is just a sheer ribbon that I have used as a tie around the book. And what I did is I put it underneath the image here. And these are from one of the patterned paper. There's a bunch of little images that you can cut out and use. So that's what I've used for that. And then I just used a paper that I covered the chipboard with. So on the cover, what I did is I took all different kinds of patterns from the paper, cut it into squares, and then I used my, I think you can see it on here, my dotted Swiss, and then another one of the Cuttlebug embossing folders. And then I just used one of the chipboard, or one of the pieces that I cut from one of the die cut sheets, I guess. This is not chipboard. And then I adhered it so that it, with pop dots, so it sticks up. But I really liked the idea of the quilt. And then what I used is one of my Spellbinders, the Grand Nestabilities, to cut it out. So it kind of gave it a little edge of a quilt. And what I had thought would be cute if I would have done it is to go through and do some little ties like it was a tied quilt, but I decided not to do that. On the inside here, what I've done is I've adhered another one of the little pieces that I've cut out from the pattern paper, and I adhered that with pop dots. And on the pocket here, I've got two pockets, and I've got 3 photo mats here, which can be used for journaling or for another photo, extra photos. And here I took one of my Nestabilities, and I did try to use the same Spellbinders Nestability throughout the whole book. I took another one of the images that I cut out, and I made a little booklet, used another one of the die cuts, and I also went onto the computer. I don't have a stamp for the name, length, weight, date, etc. So I went onto the computer and created one, printed it out, and put it on the inside, so this can all be filled out by whoever gets the book. On this page, what I did is I used one of the chipboard accents, and I adhered it in there. Now I did leave it, whoops, I'm way off camera. Here's one of the chipboard pieces that I used. I did leave it open a little on the side here so that when a photo does go in here, it can be slipped under a little bit so that it's, you know, you can get a little larger of a photo. On this page, I just left it open. A photo or photos can be tucked underneath here, or they can just be adhered to the page. On here, I did die cut. I'm not really good at fussy cutting, so I'm getting a little better. So I did fussy cut this little girl out, and I also have left room underneath here for a photo to be tucked under. I cut out a butterfly and I added glossy accents to this and a couple of pearls on the inside here, and I don't know if I can zoom this in or not because it sometimes gets blurry when you do that. On this page, I left it open so that a photo can go on there. This page has 2 pockets again with a ton of photo mats. I've got 2 smaller ones, and then I've got 3 larger ones here in different colors. So there's plenty of room for photos. And then I also, I don't have a punch or a die for this, so I hand cut these and used some of the lettering on the stickers. There's a sticker sheet. These are the Legless Brads by Candy, and that's C-A-N-D-I. So what I did is I took some Tim Holtz Distress ink, and I believe it is peeled paint, and I colored those and just used some I can't even think of what the stuff is called, the twine for the string on there. So it just says baby. And on this page, I left this open again for another large photo. Here I used some ribbon that I found, and I just love that. I adhered these little postage stamps. You do get quite a few of those in the collection, so I do have plenty left for cards and other books. And I adhered those with pop dots. I have another pocket, whoops, another pocket here that I used one of the Tim Holtz dies, edge dies on, and 3 more mats in this pocket. So there's plenty of room for mats here. And on this page, I left it open. I wanted to leave some open spaces for larger photos, or you could take smaller photos and put it in there. Here's another little girl that I die cut, or I didn't die cut, I fussy cut. And again, I'm getting a little better at that. And I did adhere her with pop dots, so there's some dimension. And I left room again so that a photo or journaling can go be tucked in there. Another open page. And on this page, again, I used one of the images that I pop dotted up. I have 2 pockets on the back page, and I have 4 large mats and a smaller mat. And then on the back, I just, which I had showed that in the front of the video. So I really think this book turned out just super cute. I will have this book in my Etsy store. I'll put the link below so that you can check it out if you want to. I will have more photos on my blog also. And the pictures will be easier to see than obviously in a video, so I'll also put the link to the blog post below in the description. And now I'm going to work on a little boy book, and then I think I probably have enough paper to make baby cards, which I will put into my Etsy store along with the boy book, and I may even have enough to make some smaller books. This is a 6x6 book. So I think that I'm going to have plenty of paper left because I did buy the 12x12 and I bought the 8x8 pad, and I actually bought the whole collection. I bought all the chipboard pieces. The only thing and the stickers, the only thing I didn't buy were the stamps. I didn't think I'd be doing any stamping. So, and I would have put some ribbon on the top of all of these tags, but I was afraid that the book would get way too bulky and the pockets would be, by the time photos are added on here, I'm afraid that they're not all going to fit into the pockets. But again, they could also, whoever gets this book could also take these and adhere them to some of the larger pages too. They don't, if they want to do that, they can do that. Well, thanks for watching, and I will I'll get the information down on the bottom and you can check this out. Thanks.